Hello everyone, it's me Karki, and today I'm gonna show you my progress regarding digital mental health app. You can see I have used Visual Studio 2022. Let me just load up my app for now. And let me also run the emulator side by side. Let me use npx expose start clear. The app is being loaded up in my Visual Studio, and my emulator are also being loaded over here. Let me open up my expo in my emulator, and here is the file structure of my app. So this is my file structure, and there are many redundant modules which I have named as backup, and they aren't being currently used. So let's clear it up and copy this link and paste it over here. So currently app is being loaded in my emulator, which has expo installed in it. So let me give you a brief tour of my file structure over here. So these are my screen, and these are the sub screen, which are screen inside the screen. I have used the main tab. I have used stack navigation to manage my screens or to navigate through different screens, and I have also used theme to manage the theme, and I have used IIT Next for translation purpose. Let me show you. So this is my IIT Next, and I have used it for translation, and I'm currently working on making it more robust and streamlined. So this is my app which I am currently working on, and it is translated in Nepali and English language. You can see it over here. Even though this is not AI, I have tried to make it look like so. So I mentioned over here, it's based on algorithm. Change the language. Let me go back and let's continue. So you can see it's based on algorithm, but I have made it look like AI just for making it appear more interactive. And here is my activity tracker where you can record the daily activities. And here is the graph. And this here you can go over setting and adding different features inside these settings for now. And you can also change the theme over here. So this is my brief introduction regarding my mobile app on which I am currently working on, and this mobile app is based on the principles of CBT, and currently I'm focusing on anxiety and depression. Before all this, let me give you a brief introduction about myself. If you don't want to know, then you can jump to the next section. The timestamp will be displayed in the screen. So let me give you a brief introduction about myself. I wrote my first book at the age of 16 during 3-month school break after grade 10. So I wrote this book named Teenage Guidance. You can go over teenageguidance.wordpress.com and look into it. I haven't changed anything because I think it gives the window to my philosophical point of view or my ideas of that time. So let me go to the about section, about me, and you can see that date is 2014 because initially I had written this book in the note in my diary, and I had to type them up and upload them. So initially I uploaded in this teenageguidance.blogspot.com, but after my grade 11 exam where we have a 1-month holiday, I typed all those chapters in my laptop and uploaded in this website in a more organized manner. So even though I wrote this book when I was 16 years old. Most of the components are related to psychology or philosophy, mostly psychology. And what I wanted to do with this book was I wanted to improve the life of the people around me. Especially, I wanted to focus on the things that were present around me, the problems that were around me in my society at that time. And I was a teenager back in those days, and I wanted to help my other friends who were teenagers as well, and as well as future generation too. There is also a chapter name or part name Life Guide. I pursued science in class 11 and 12, and during my class 11 and 12 I thought maybe blogging is my journey because I was inspired by my this achievement, my this book, and I thought blogging is my journey and writing is my passion. So after class 11 and 12 I registered two domain name. One is raskarki.com and another was waytolive.co, which actually expired. You can see it over here. And my raskarki.com is still live. I still renew it every single year. So I bought these two domains and started writing articles, especially in the waytolive.co. And these are my articles, which aren't many. And later I also opened a YouTube channel based on my waytolive.co website. I wanted to combine the aspect of philosophy, spirituality, and science. You can see it over here in my logo. I wanted to combine philosophy, spirituality, and science for better living, and I wanted to help other people to live better life. And these are some of the articles I wrote during those days. As a backup, I also pursued a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and English. I went to my nearest community college and asked which is the easiest subject because I wanted to dedicate my full time in blogging and exploring myself, exploring my passion and purpose in life. So I chose the subject as a backup so that if my this plan of blogging and self-discovering journey fails, then I will have at least some degree in my hand and I can dedicate my full effort to this blog by giving minimal effort to my academic. And in Nepal, psychology subject isn't available outside Kathmandu. And during my bachelor level or up to my bachelor level, I studied outside Kathmandu Valley. So I was unable to pursue psychology subject. But you can see my blogs, my articles still revolve around the subject of psychology. For example, forming a new habit, start meditating, as well as you can see over here my articles. They are based on the topics of psychology. And during my bachelor level education, I also started a Running for Life project. You can go over runningforlife.net and find my this project in which I ran for 550 days every single day. Currently it's not loading. Maybe there is some error over there. So you can see it over here. This is my Running for Life project where I ran for 550 days every single day. And throughout the process, I even recorded the video up to 360 days every single day. We all have done it. Must. And this is my personal blog. Previously, I used to upload my videos over here, and my videos on Running for Life is over here. I have documented my every single steps. For example, wake up time, exercising time, meditating time, running time, and bathing time as well. Hoping that it will inspire other people to run and help them to form the habit of running or similar good habits in their life. Because what I did was during my Running for Life journey, initially I ran for very short distance, that is around, you can see, 700 meters or just 5 minutes. Then I increase off after about 90 days to 1500 meters, so which is just 10 minutes. Then after 45 days I increase it to 2.4 kilometer. Then I increase it to 4 kilometer. So slowly and gradually I increase my running distance, and I wanted to show that in order to form a good habit, you have to start small and do it every single day. So this was my work during my bachelor level education. But sadly, my blogging journey wasn't successful. I failed miserably. I wanted to make my living through blogging and writing articles. So at the end of my bachelor level education, I thought like I failed in my life. I felt like a failure. I was sad at that time, and while going over the internet and searching for my future career, I found out that psychology as a subject aligned more with my interest and my passion. So I chose psychology subject. I came to Kathmandu and joined postgraduate diploma in counseling psychology, and along the way I also joined MA sociology. After completing my postgraduate diploma in psychology, I joined MA psychology, and along that time I also worked as a census supervisor for census 2078 or 2021 for a 3-month period. And after that I got the opportunity to work in an INGO, a UK based INGO named PSO, and this is me. This is my blog. These are my blogs that are posted in my previous workplace website or BSO's website. So this is my life's journey, and you can also explore my other YouTube channels. Reading is based Nepali. One is based on English language, whereas another is based on Nepali language, and both of them focus on the subject of psychology and research. Now let's get back to my digital mental health app, and currently I'm working on this app. Over this journey, I have my own personal and family related issues, but still, this is my overall career wise journey where the psychology has always been the core part of me, where my ideas and my work always revolve around the field of psychology. So, what I want to do is I want to combine the field of psychology with technology. What I mean to say is psychology will always remain at my core, and I want to use the technology to solve the issues in the field of psychology. I would like to add, I want to use technology plus science to resolve the issues in the field of psychology, for example, by doing statistical analysis or learning programming languages to develop mental health app, and so on. So once again, I would like to welcome to my this mobile app. So let me close this emulator and let me show you my tablet based app. So let me load it up and let me clear this down, and it's currently loading up and it has loaded. So let me copy this link and paste it over here and let it load. So I wanted to show you in this tablet format so that it will be easier for you to see the components as well as the features on which I'm currently working on. So whenever you open the app for the first time, the app will ask you to type your name. It only occurs the first time so that you can type in your calling name. So right now I'm just going to put dummy data. I have to work on the validating those information. So let me type in random thing. So once the profile is saved, you can go over your profile setting and edit them. For example, I can write here Raj J and save profile, and this one is saved, and you can see this is dynamic and it changes as per your calling name. You can switch to Nepali as well and switch to English, and as I mentioned earlier, I have made it look like an AI or chatbot, but it's actually based on algorithm. And in the activity tracker, you can track your various activities. I'm still working on those things, and currently you can see my app has a bug when I open the daily ritual. I'm working on this thing. I'm trying to resolve this, and hopefully in nearest future I'll resolve this and make it more robust. So let me close this expo as a whole. and copy this link and load the app once again. So you can see this is my file structure once again, and the error I have been getting is from my activity tracker screen. The screen is present over here, activity tracker, and it renders the form through this form renderer. And here are my form field, and you can see over here in my data section I have activity tracker forms, and the translation is managed by my IIT Next. Where is my activity tracker translation? So these are the translation I have put it myself. Initially, I thought about creating a simple digital app which is based on XLS form. It is just a basic level app. You don't have many freedom over here. I had prepared XLS file which has lots of prompts. I have created all these prompts, questions, and guidance by myself. You can see it over here. And whenever I upload this XLS form in Covo Toolbox, this form will load up. But over time, my ideas evolved and I started learning programming language. And I even wrote this book based on the components of my XLS form. And using this content, I have added, you can see it over here, this learn about CBT section, where it's basically psychoeducation on the topic of CBT, and I'm still working on more other topics. And all these graphics are designed by myself. We can see it over here. There are other contents as well, and I still have contents which needs to be translated. You can see it over in the Nepali section. But in the case of most of them, I have already translated into Nepali, and you can see it over here. This uses simple HTML type syntax. This HTML types or CSS type design gives it a different features like coloring, bold. You can see it over here. I have used different varieties of color in this XLS form, and that is all possible because of this HTML and CSS type component. And here are my logics, and these logics look like programming language. Actually, I have even prepared a book on this XLS form. Let me show you. This is my book on XLS form, and it basically uses the idea of programming languages. And preparation of this XLS form as well as the videos on XLS form and this book helped me a lot while learning the programming language. Initially, I started with the Python. I thought I will use Kiwi framework to create an app, but I wasn't successful. Then I moved into JavaScript. Initially, I was stuck because my learning process was really slow. I wasn't able to write any kind of workable app, but with the help of AI, especially Cloud AI, I was able to generate code and edit them to work within my apps or integrate all those features in the single app. And currently, I am debugging many other aspects and adding my own components and also continuously learning the JavaScript programming language to make it work perfectly and seamlessly in my app. So let me show you how it all works behind the scene. This is the file structure of my app, and you can see it over here. There is my app.tsx file, and it is called by the index.js. Here are my screens, and the screens are managed by my this main tabs. It manages the screen and the sub screen within the screen. And I've also used the theme. Here is my theme module, and it helps to manage or transition through different themes or customized themes. And here is my IIT Next, which helps in the process of translation. As the module become redundant, I add them as a backup, and over time I remove them. So currently I'm trying to make it more robust and adding various features. And this is actually the actual folder of my app. You can go over here, and here are my icons. Currently the icons I have used in my activity tracker are same you might have seen over there. For example, this running SPG file, because I am using same SPG file named differently. In future I am going to change them and make them more appropriate, more related with my content. Let me close this tablet and open up my mobile emulator. So I hope you got the basic idea about my app. Once again, let me copy this link, paste it in my emulator, and connect as the app is loading up there. Let me show you where my problem regarding this daily ritual is occurring. This is my form renderer, and initially I was trying to find a workaround with my this translation, which links with the translation key. And here are my field. I'm using the checkbox field. You can see it over here for this activity related data collector or this field based on this. And my activity tracker imports the form renderer over here. Let me search. Let me go over here and type in form renderer. The form renderer component is used over here, and currently the issue with this all is that I am unable to handle this translation, and whenever I try to open up my daily ritual, the app crashes. I'm working on this, and I believe I will very soon find the resolution for this one. Let me load this app once again. And actually my background isn't a computer science or any programming. I taught myself initially Python and this JavaScript. The transition from Python to JavaScript actually helped me really well. Initially XLS form is quite easy to learn, and it's basically like programming language, and this helped me too. Then I transitioned to Python as I wanted to use Kiwi framework to develop an app. Then I transitioned to JavaScript and use React Native framework for creating Android iOS mobile app. And currently you are seeing this app in the Android emulator. And I'm working to add more and more content in this app and make it more better. To manage the data, I have used SQLite storage system. And for the small scale data, I have used async storage. Let me change this name over here because I had typed a random letter. Let me type in Karki, save profile, and you can see my name has come up over here. Hello everyone, let me give you an update. So finally I have resolved the ritual section within my activity tracker. You see it's working right now. The problem rose from this current values not being defined outside this function, where current value is called over here as well as over here. It also has a word includes, which works when current value is, this one is array. So I have to add this code as well, which makes sure if the value is array or if this is truthy or true, then go to value, otherwise make an empty array. So this was the issue and it has worked. You can see it over here. So what I'm trying to do is I am trying to make my activity tracker to look like this but with enhanced feature. This is my survey form from the Kobo toolbox, which is based on XLS form, and you can see in the case of sleep pattern I have added some questions based on these questions. Let me change the language as well. Here also you can change the language. and in my app you can change language from here. You can see the wording I have used are similar, and in the case of daily ritual too, you can see the wording is similar. I have even changed the SVG component or SPG graphics. For this one I have used tick mark, I have used time over here, I have used soon over here. Now my next goal is to make use of skip logic. What I mean is I am working on adding skip logic in my forms. Right now it's not working. I am trying to find a way to make it work. Change this by typing hide fields and see what happens. So if ritual option includes walking, then hide these two fields, ritual running time, which is over here, and ritual walking time, which is over here. So let me go over the daily ritual section, and if I select walking, then these two fields must disappear. So let me click on this, let me close this up. You see, it just disappeared, but it's not updating. I also have to make it work in that way. So that's my update. Now let me sum up everything. Looking back at my life, I have realized that helping others, and within it the field of psychology, mental health and educating others, is my core passion, whereas I also have passion for science and technology as well as pursuit of knowledge and ideas. If observed carefully at the patterns, even my pursuit of knowledge, ideas, science, and technology is related to helping others. For example, the more my pursuit regarding knowledge, ideas, science, and technology is directly related to helping others, the more motivation I get for that pursuit, and I also find such work more meaningful, allowing me to persevere through the challenges. While connecting the dots, let me once again reflect on some of my past activities. I wrote my first book, Teenage Guidance, at the age of 16 with the aim of helping others, and as I mentioned earlier, the ideas in this book overlaps with the topics in the field of psychology. The amazing part is back then I researched everything just using my Nokia X3 mobile, and I initially wrote everything down in my notebook not once but twice to make it more coherent and organized. Then later I typed all the chapters in my newly bought laptop and uploaded them as blog articles. During class 11 and 12, I thought perhaps blogging and writing articles is my passion. For example, look at the article I wrote in 2015, Living a Life with Purpose, Start Journaling, and so on. I wanted to combine and synthesize philosophy, spirituality, and science for better living, and also wanted to help others to live better life. You can see it over here, philosophy, spirituality, and science, and W means way to live.co, or they all working together. Back then, I wanted to become a philosopher as I love the pursuit of knowledge and ideas so much, and also wanted to help others in the process. I also launched a Running for Life project in 2017 in which I experimented with habit formation. I even documented everything through videos and recorded my daily rituals. You can see my daily rituals over here where I recorded everything. Through this project, I wanted to help others by inspiring them to run and form good habits. These are my videos regarding Running for Life project. I have also written several short ebooks on mental health and topic related to it. Similarly, the two YouTube channels I have clearly shows that I love educating others, and the name Reading is Best clearly demonstrates how much I adore the idea of reading, learning, and understanding the world. At this point in time, I firmly believe that our purpose as a human species is passing the accumulated collective human knowledge and ideas to our future generations, and that's where my passion for educating others come in. That's where my reading is best channel come in. Even though the name of my channels might sound unique or absurd to people, it reflects who I am and what I love to do. For example, let's look at an answer I wrote in Quora about 8 years ago based on the movie named Lucy, released in the year 2014. You can see the conclusion of my answer over here. I'm not sure about this word genetically, but I am definitely sure about intellectually or ideologically. You see, our ideas have been continuously evolving since last 10,000 years, and we are transferring our ideas to our children, our future generation, through education and school system. Back then, I was quite active in Quora. I had written hundreds of answers in the Quora. This is my answer 9 years ago, and these are all my answers. On the academic side, I have completed postgraduate diploma in counseling psychology and master in psychology with specialization in clinical psychology, and my one article is published in national level journal. You can see it over here. Additionally, even though I have a passion for pursuit of science, technology, knowledge, and ideas, in today's world, a single person cannot accumulate and remember all the human knowledge and ideas. That's why one needs to specialize in a particular field, preferably in the field where they are interested. Personally, looking back at my nature, my personal projects, my interests, and my intellectual pursuits, I firmly believe that the field of psychology and mental health is my core passion, and I am currently specializing on it, but with my own personal flavor. For example, I want to combine psychology and mental health with science and technology to resolve the challenges in the field of psychology and mental health. Which brings me to my current endeavor, that is my personal project in the field of digital mental health. For example, even though my academic background isn't related to programming, I learned programming to create this mobile app. And since this project combines my passion for helping other mental health and science and technology, I am very enthusiastic about it, and this enthusiasm has definitely helped me to push through the challenges. In future, I plan to upskill myself even more to make the mental health services and evidence-based practices more accessible to people by using educational videos, science, and technology. Well, that's all for now. It's time to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching this video. I hope I was able to articulate my life journey, my future direction, aim, and goal in a clear manner. Once again, thank you very much